Today we were saving all of my animals from the crazy winter weather we've been having here in South Florida. Now you can see he's really slow, and the reason why he's so dark in color is because he's trying to absorb as much heat as he can. Take our towel just like this. We want to get him down low, and we're just going to drop it right over his head. So this is a really easy way to keep your tortoises warm in the cold by having a simple heated box. And if we look at our temperatures, we're at about 80 degrees in here, which is exactly what we want. He's right here. This is the second largest turtle that I have on property. What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you guys are having just an absolutely amazing day. And for those of you that are new here, well, I'm Jacob, and welcome to my crazy jungle. Now, if you guys saw the title and thumbnail, you will know for today's video that today we were saving all of my animals from the crazy winter weather we've been having here in South Florida. The past couple days, it has been down into the 40s and the 50s down here at nighttime, which means we had to bring in all of our reptiles, make sure all the reptiles had heat. We gave hay to our cats because we have to make sure everyone is good and going to survive the winter. Now, most importantly is giving the reptiles heat. Not only do we have to do that stuff, but we were doing it in the rain, which makes it even more deadly for reptiles. So if you guys want to know how my animals are after the cold, we're still dealing with some of the cold stuff now. It's like 65 degrees out. It's going to be back in the 50s tonight. So if you guys want to know how my animals are doing in the winter, if they're going to make it, what the heck is going on, well, guys, you are in the right place, and we're gonna hop right into that. All right, guys, so right now we are heading over to start collecting our reptiles. It's cold, it's overcast, it's rainy, and those three things are a recipe for disaster when it comes to reptiles. The reptiles cannot take the cold since they are a cold-blooded species. They're not warm-blooded, so they can't produce their own heat. When you mix the rain with the cold, well, that is how you get respiratory infections. That's how you get sick animals that could possibly die. So that is why we gotta collect these animals, move them to our heated rooms. We've got all of our bins ready, so luckily we've slowly been adding heated hides to all the animals. So that means we actually have boxes that are heated, like right over here for my redfoot tortoises. We don't have to bring them in. All we got to do is stick them in their winter house. We close it, we put the heat lights on, and then they're nice and warm. But unfortunately, we don't have that option yet for our bigger lizard. So we've got a bunch of bins here for our Lewisii iguanas, our rhino iguanas, and our Cuban iguanas. We don't want to put the lizards inside the bins without mulch. The mulch will keep them warmer because plastic can get cold. So we're just going to add all this nice mulch in, just like that. Each bin is gonna have just some mulch to cover the bottom. So we're gonna fill these with mulch, and then we're gonna go catch some lizards. So to get started here today, we are gonna catch Dino, one of my male Lewisii hybrids. This guy is really tame and friendly, so we don't really have to worry about much. We're just gonna go in there, and we're gonna pull him on out. Now he's gonna be pretty cooled off right now. So we're just gonna grab this little guy right here. We're gonna move him, and we're gonna pull him on out. Now you can see he's really slow. And the reason why he's so dark in color is because he's trying to absorb as much heat as he can. The darker the color is, the more heat he'll absorb. So that's what they do naturally in the wild to heat up. When they get cold, they darken up. So when the sun comes out, they can heat up a lot faster. So we got our one little buddy right here. We're just gonna spread his mulch out. Instead of putting him in this bin right here, we're actually gonna give him the bigger bin. So we're gonna put him in this bin right now. He's in here. And we're gonna close it on up, and this is where he's gonna live for the next couple days. So now that we've got Dino in his bin, we're actually going to get his parents now. This is Zeno and Xena. These are his parents, and it looks like Dino is waiting at the door for us. And that could be good and bad, because Zeno can be really mean. He's one of the only animals that's ever given me a scar. He actually bit me a couple years ago. If you saw this video here, that's when Zeno bit me and attacked me. So if you have not seen that video, we'll check it out after this one. But we gotta head in there and we gotta catch this lizard because he's definitely looking a little bit cold. So normally with him, I'm gonna take the bin and we're gonna move the bin right here. We're gonna open it on up. Now, like I was telling you guys, he could be a little bit aggressive. So since he is head on, we don't want to approach him head on, right? That's not what we want to do. I'm actually going to use this lid right here as kind of a shield against him because he might try and charge me. So I'm going to head on in right now. You can see his mouth is already wide open because he's a little bit aggressive because we did have to do some treatments on him a couple months back. So he's not too happy about that with us. We're just going to slide our bin in right now, just like this. So right now, Zeno is definitely angry. He's got his mouth wide open, and that is why I brought this shield, because I had a feeling he wasn't gonna be too nice. So we got our towel right here, and what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to towel him. I was hoping we weren't gonna have to, so this is just gonna kind of put a visual block between him and me. So we're gonna take our towel just like this. We wanna get him down low, and we're just gonna drop it right over his head, and he is not happy about that. It didn't really get fully on, so now that that's on, we're actually able to operate, and I'm able to come right here. And by toweling him, I'm able to grab him, pick him up, put him in the bin, and that right there. Ah! Oh my gosh, he's coming out. Caught Mr. Xeno Man. That was a mission in and of itself. So now let's go catch his girlfriend. So right now we've got to catch Xena, our female Lewisii. Now I thought they were going to be inside of their little house with hay. I put the hay in here to keep it nice and insulated for them. But she is actually underneath her bin, her shelf right here. She's actually underneath her shelf. We're just going to move her around just like this. And she is actually pretty stiff. So you can see, compared to Xeno, she's actually really nice and calm. And that's because she's cold, but also because she's a really tame, nice lizard. So Dino actually takes after his mom. He's one of the nicest lizards, and so is she. So we've got our big, beautiful Mama Lewisii right here. We're just gonna put her down into the bin just like that. This is where she's gonna be for the next couple days and hang out in the heat.
1 hour later.
So it's been about an hour now, and we have collected all of our lizards, and they are inside staying nice and warm. We got our Bakeri in, our rhinos, our Cubans, our Lewisii. All the baby lizards are inside and doing well. So now that we got all of our lizards in, it's time to head over to the Galapagos tortoises and check them out. So next up today is my Galapagos tortoises. Now we just finished their winter house. So as you guys can see, we've been in the process of finishing it off, and it is finally complete. We got both of our latches, we got all the hinges, and it honestly looks amazing. We gotta open both of our latches, and we've got our big, beautiful Galapagos tortoises in here. Now they do wanna make their way out, and we just put them in, but if they do wanna come out, we'll let them out before we close them up for the next about 2 days. It's gonna be down to 48 degrees tonight in my area, which for these big tortoises is way too cold. If we leave them out in the cold, they could suffer from a respiratory infection, and we don't want that to happen at all. So what's really nice about this new heated room is it's controlled right from my phone, so I can be in the comfort of my own house. All I've got to do is click the power on, and once I do that, the heater is going to turn on, and we're going to heat this room to about 77 degrees. The tortoises don't need to be hot, but they just need to be warm enough to where they're not going to get sick. So as long as the tortoises are about 70 to 75 degrees, they're going to be just fine. So as we were walking over to our water turtles and the rest of our tortoises, we noticed that there's like a frozen toad right here on the ground. Like he must have gotten frozen in last night's cold. And not only is he frozen, but there's a giant tick that is latched onto him. Now, unfortunately, this guy did not make it, but as you can see, there's this giant tick that is latched onto him and is sucking whatever remaining fluid is in him. So we're actually going to pull this tick off because we don't want these here on the property. So we're going to grab our tick like this, and you can see how they embed their head into the skin of the toad, and they do that to my Galapagos tortoises, and they'll do that to whatever host they choose. They embed their head, so you really got to pull to get this tick off. So you can see this guy is big. He's like the size of a fruit gusher, and we definitely don't want him around. So we've got our little tick right here, and we're gonna come over here with this rock, and we're just gonna pop him. We wanna see what's on the inside. So 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's filled with this sludge, and that right there is how you pop a tick. So right now we just loaded all of our cherry heads into their new winter house. So this was formerly our Galapagos winter house, but now we made it for our cherry heads. So we have it divided in half. So we have one group of cherry heads on one half, another group on the other half. And what's really nice is you can just open it up, latch it open, and in here we have all of our tortoises. So this is a really easy way to keep your tortoises warm in the cold by having a simple heated box. And if we look at our temperatures, we're at about 80 degrees in here, which is exactly what we want. 80 degrees is the perfect temperature. Since these are a tropical tortoise species, 80 degrees is what it's going to be like where they're from. And if we pull this big girl out right here, you can see this is Big Mama, one of our beautiful cherry heads from Brazil. So these guys are doing well. So the reason why I have them separated, this group right here is producing fertile eggs, which is giving me the baby, so I don't want to mix them with the other group. And then this other smaller group is a group that I'm raising up for future breeding. We got this big, beautiful female right here. She's looking good. All the tortoises are doing good. So we're just gonna close this on up for them so they can stay nice and warm. So now that we got our cherry head tortoises into their winter house, it is now time to check up on all of my water turtles. Now, thankfully, we just set up this new water system to where we don't even have to bring our turtles in. Each one of the ponds has this drip line, which is pumping about 75-degree well water inside of it, which is gonna keep the ponds nice and warm. And if you look right here, we have an overflow. So when the water gets too high, it actually drains right out, so we don't have to worry about the ponds overflowing. In case one of these holes gets clogged up, we have multiple holes drilled. We actually have this center pipe in the middle. to where all the water will drain out. So right inside of here, we actually move some of my incredible rare turtles. Right here, we've got an albino pink belly. And wait, where's this guy? Wait, we got a snake neck turtle right here. We've got this big, beautiful snake neck turtle. We've got all different turtles here. These guys, they definitely don't want to be held. They're absolutely insane. So we're gonna leave these guys back into their pond, and we're gonna look at all the rest of them. So all of our ponds have a great flow. The water's about 70 degrees, and when you put your hand in this water, it is much cooler than this. So it's gonna take a couple hours for the water to start flowing, for it to get up to temperature. But right in here, I don't really see him, but this is, I think, he's right here. This is the second largest turtle that I have on property. This is my big male Indian spotted turtle. He's my big breeder male. He's absolutely beautiful and an absolute beast of an animal. Now, these are a critically endangered species from India, but due to captive breeding efforts here in the United States, we have an incredible assurance colony, and I produce about 30 to 40 of these guys a year. By having these captive bred animals and reproducing them, we're ensuring that they don't go extinct in the wild. So we're gonna release this guy back into his pond right here. We're gonna release him back into the warm water. Well, we gotta go get some hay for our cats and fill their den boxes. So we made it to our back cats. We've got Ollie the clouded leopard, Cheech, Chong, China, Noir, and we're gonna get some hay in for Cheech and Chong right now. So basically for these guys, we're probably gonna use just about a sheet of hay. So let's head in and let's set them up. We got our enclosure unlocked. We're ready to run in. Say what's up to my children. What's up, my boy? So we got Mr. Cheeto Man here. One nice little kind, sweet servo boy. We got Cheeto Man, we got Chong Man down below, and we've got our hay. So our hay is actually gonna go up in their den box, an area where these cats can snuggle up. And you can see they're already ready to investigate the hay. They wanna know what the heck we're doing inside of here. We're gonna have to remove your toys. So we got one ball we're just gonna roll on off. We've got another ball that we're gonna roll on down, and we've got another ball now. Cheeto Man is hissing at me. Cheeto Man, what is it, Mr. Boy? Look, come here, look. Look, we've got some hay for you. Do you want some hay? So he is definitely curious about the hay, but what we gotta do is we gotta spread the hay out so these guys can bundle up and stay nice and warm. So the new smell of the hay is a new scent. They're gonna wanna kinda come inside of here. They're gonna wanna rub up on it. They're gonna wanna smell the hay. And this right here is gonna kinda insulate them from down in the 40s tonight, since these are a wild cat from Africa. When it does get, below 50 degrees, we like to give them a way that they can nestle up with each other so they can stay nice and warm. So right now, Mr. Chong Boy wants to come and check out his new den box with all of his hay. Now, it's not really a new den box, but we added some hay, which is not normal. Look at that. Look at it, Mr. Chong Boy. So it's really amazing to give these cats new enrichment. Something as simple as hay is something that will entertain these cats. You could see Cheech is here. He's sniffing it. He's kind of chewing on some of this hay, which is perfectly natural and fine. And you can see that both these boys are nice and happy with their new hay. Cheech and Chong are absolutely loving their hay. So right now we just gave Noir, my black jaguar, we just fed him some lunch, and now we're gonna give him some hay. So we're gonna take about the same thing. We're gonna take about a sheet of hay, just like that, and go fill his den box. Even though Noir's a jaguar and he's probably gonna be just fine in the cold, we always like to make it as comfortable as possible for our feline. So let's head in and let's give him his hay. All right, we're heading on in. Noir is enjoying his food. What do we have on today's menu? So on today's menu, we've got some chicken, some ground beef, some delicious stuff. Noir's eating some food over there, as you can see. Noir's gotten really big. He's about 100 pounds now, which is absolutely amazing. We've had him since he was only 6 pounds, and he's growing each and every day. So why don't you get your food, little boy? Noir's got his food. He's gonna lick it, he's gonna eat it, and we're gonna come right over here to his den box, and we are gonna get our hay in there. So pretty much the same concept. We're just gonna put our hay, and we're gonna shake it around and give him a nice insulated area where he can snuggle up and be nice and warm. And just like that, Noir's den box is ready to go for tonight's winter cold. It's only gonna be 48, so Noir would probably be fine, but again, we like to make it as comfortable as possible for all of our residents, furry and scaly. So we got a nice thick layer of hay. I mean, you're talking there's like 4 or 5 inches of hay in here. And then Mr. Noir is over here, and he has almost finished his food. So this is kind of our training stump. You can see he's here, he's looking at me, he's licking up all the remnants of ground beef. And then this crazy kid, I can almost bet he's gonna go inside of here, he's gonna check out the hay, and I can't wait to see his response. Mr. Noir, come here. Would you like to see the hay? It is very nice. Noir, what are you doing, sir? What are you doing? So Noir is pulling all of his hay out. This is really funny to see him do this. So he's going inside, and for him, this is so much fun. Do you love your hay? You love it. It is so nice and so good. It is safe to say Noir is having an absolute blast with his hay. He's chewing it, he's smelling it, he's running around, and he is definitely one crazy jaguar kid. Where are you going, sir? Where are you going? You want to jump? And we're back down and into the den box. And that is going to end today's episode. I hope all of you guys did enjoy watching today's video, getting all of my animals ready for the winter weather. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below, what was your favorite animal today? Was it Noir the black jaguar? Was it the servals? Was it the tortoises? Guys, let me know down below. And if you guys are not yet subscribed yet to me and you want to see the rest of my animal family, well guys, all you have to do is go right now and subscribe below.